What is up, Chiefs Kingdom? Happy Friday. I'm Hayley Lewis, and this is Chiefs News Daily. The Chiefs are traveling today for that first preseason game, so we got a special episode coming your way. This one is for the fans who haven't been paying attention, or just the fans who need to catch up. If you haven't been watching Chiefs News Daily, or really just paying attention to the daily things coming out of training camp, we're going to wrap up all you need to know, the biggest headlines coming out of St. Joe. We're going to give you the must-see plays, some presser clips, as well as the cuts, the new signings, and the late additions. First, give us a like and subscribe right here on the KCSN YouTube channel, and we will get into it. All right, Chiefs training camp has held 15 team practices so far. They only have 4 left until camp concludes on the 15th. So we're going to start with the team's transactions that have happened since camp started back on July 21st. To kick off camp, the Chiefs placed safety Justin Reed on the NFI list with a quad injury. And running back Clyde Edwards-Helaire was on the non-football injury list as well. Now, CEH came off of the list by the first practice. Later, Clyde shared to the media he's been struggling with PTSD, and that's sidelined him at a few times. Now, also on the 21st, the team waived tight end Garrett Prince. He was spotted wearing a boot at practice. In a corresponding move, the team then signed tight end Isaiah Gathings. Now, on July 22nd, the Chiefs signed defensive back Tyree Gillespie, and they also waived defensive back Trey Dean. On July 26th, the team then signed defensive end Owen Carney and released linebacker LaQuay Washington. On July 28th, offensive guard Joe Thuney cleared his physical. He came off of the PUP list after dealing with a pec injury that he suffered during the Chiefs' divisional game against the Buffalo Bills last season. The trend continued on July 31st. Quarterback Jalen Watson coming off the PUP list as well. He had surgery on his torn labrum this offseason. Now, on August 1st, Kansas City signed tight end Jerquarius Spivey, and they waived tight end Isaiah Gathings after Gathings suffered a hamstring injury. Now, on August 6th, defensive tackle Derek Nottie was activated off the PUP list after passing his physical. He was dealing with a tricep injury from late last season. And on August 7th, the Chiefs re-signed kicker Harrison Butker to a 4-year deal worth $25.6 million, $17.8 million of which is guaranteed. And he negotiated that himself. All right, one player to this day remains on the PUP list, and that is defensive end Charles Omenihu. He tore his ACL last season in the Chiefs' AFC Championship game. Defensive end BJ Thompson and Justin Reed remain on the NFI list. Reed is still dealing with a quad injury, and Thompson was placed on the list on July 16th after going into cardiac arrest during the team's meetings back in early June. All right, a few big headlines coming out of camp so far. Here is what you need to know. The Raiders decided to poke the bear. This is a viral video coming out of the Raiders training camp. It's a fan who dressed up a Kermit puppet doll to look like Mahomes and brought it to practice. Now, while Las Vegas players were going through the autograph line, Kermit was passed around as a joke. Rookie safety Trey Taylor proceeded to put on said puppet and have a few words and a laugh. Now, that fan posted the video online. The post has since been deleted, but it's a video that was hard to miss. Mahomes admitting he had even seen it himself. The 3-time Super Bowl champ calmly brushed it off with a quick and simple response.
Stuff like that happens. It'll get handled when it gets handled.
Now, Coach Reed added his own take with a one-on-one interview with CBS Sports after the press conference. He said, "We don't spend a lot of time here with puppets, so on to more important things." All right, one big storyline coming into camp was who was going to win the left tackle battle. Would the starting spot go to the rookie or the second-year player? Now, over the last 15 practices, it looks like Kingsley Suamataia has pulled ahead in the race, but Coach Reed said there's still a lot left to see. Now, reporters sharing Kingsley has been taking reps with the ones. Sam McDowell with the Kansas City Star tweeted out Wanye Morris is getting snaps with first team at left guard, while Kingsley Suamataia is at left tackle. ESPN's Adam Teicher tweeting out, quote, "First day in pads at camp for the Chiefs, and Kingsley Suamataia is the first team left tackle." Nate Taylor with The Athletic further Teicher's point, tweeting out Kingsley Suamataia is at left tackle with the projected starters. Let the fun begin.
Yeah, I love to compete. Both of them are competing their tails off. I feel comfortable with both of them right at this point where they're at. They just got to keep working and working to get better every day, you know. So that's what they're doing. That's the mindset they're in.
And one big off-season move left Chiefs fans wondering who would step up come camp. So shortly after the NFL Combine, the Chiefs traded away L'Jarius Sneed to the Tennessee Titans. Third-year quarterback Trent McDuffie is the obvious candidate to step up and fill the void left behind by LJ. But after that, defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo says he's still looking for his number 2.
Well, we know who our number 1 is, right? We all know that. And we're just trying to find guys, and we're going to have to find our next 2 best players, however that works out. I mean, we know Nazi's dealing with his little injury right now. Josh has been out there. Kelvin, there's a lot of guys mixing in there. But somebody's got to surface, and if not, it gets tough. You know, you can have the best pass rush in the world, but these receivers get open quick if you're not able to cover them. So we got some developing to do. We certainly miss LJ, but somebody's got to step up there and take that play. I'm waiting for somebody to, assert themselves and say that, I'm that guy that can do it.
And as camp kicked off, all eyes were locked in on the rugby star, Rees-Zammit. The Chiefs' latest international player is eager to see how his skills are going to translate into American football. But with the NFL changing the kickoff return rules, Rees-Zammit has had an opportunity to make the 53-man roster as a return specialist. Take a look at some of his practice clips right here. At the podium, though, Rees-Zammit shared it's going to be interesting to put on the pads, take a hit, and he noted he's really been trying to work on running lower.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is pad level. Not standing upright, allowing the defense to give an easy push on you. Dropping your body height, bracing for tackles. Everything's completely different. So I mean, it's a completely different sport. So, I'm trying to learn as much as I can. And try and bring what I've got already in rugby to the American football side of it, and just give it my all.
And there's been a former Raider spotted on the practice field during camp. Jon Gruden on the Chiefs practice field wearing the red and the gold. The former Las Vegas head coach left behind the sidelines for the broadcast booth back in 2021 when an investigation into the then Washington football team revealed emails sent between Gruden and then general manager Bruce Allen. Now, Gruden has since been attempting to sue the NFL and Roger Goodell for leaking the emails. According to Pro Football Talk, Gruden and Reed have really known each other for a long time, actually decades, having both worked on the Packers' offensive staff from 1992 until 1994.
Listen, he advises a lot of people, so he's staying busy. It's not the grass isn't growing under his feet, man. He's rolling. So I think he's just going to keep doing that, and hopefully he's able to get back in and get a head coaching job. And he's a phenomenal football coach. He touched everybody here, both sides of the ball, special teams. He got to sit in on those meetings. So just a heck of a coach.
All right, like I said at the top of the show, the Chiefs are stepping onto the field. They get to face someone other than themselves for the first time this season tomorrow. Preseason Game 1 kicks off in Jacksonville as the Chiefs take on the Jags at 6 p.m. Central Time. Here are the key injuries going into this game, and really just the key injuries coming out of camp. During camp, linebacker Nick Bolton banged up his elbow after getting it caught in between 2 guys, according to head coach Andy Reid. Bolton has not practiced since July 31st. That same day, Kadarius Toney left the field with an ankle injury. Now, Toney returned to the practice field this week, but he did not work on Wednesday because his back tightened up. Coach Reid shared the news with the media on August 7th and also added it's important to be here during camp in reference to Toney fighting for a roster spot. Another notable injury has been cornerback Nazeeh Johnson. Now, the third-year DB has been battling a right knee and hamstring injury almost the entire camp. He was back at work this week, though. Wide receiver Justin Watson hurt his foot back on July 24th. He spent nearly a week and a half away from the practice field, but he was back to work this week. Clyde Edwards-Helaire has missed practice here and there throughout camp, again dealing with PTSD and systolic vomiting syndrome. And lastly, defensive tackle Chris Jones found himself sidelined with a shoulder injury this past week. Coach Reid said it was a stinger, but Jones has not worked since exiting practice early on August 5th. All right, folks, that does it for another episode of Chiefs News Daily. Hopefully you are all caught up on Chiefs camp. We will not be back again tomorrow because it's the weekend. We'll be back again on Monday. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night. Give us a like and subscribe right here on the KCSN YouTube channel. Go Chiefs, and we'll see you then.